Skip the generator. The silent power blueprint that outlasts the grid. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday in January. You're watching the news. The lights flicker twice, and then everything stops. Not just the lights, the heat pump, the fridge, the little green light on your internet router. Your phone still works for now, but the cell towers have about 8 hours of backup battery before they go dark too. You walk to the window. The whole block is black. You hear it almost immediately. One house, two houses, then five. Generators kicking on, growling into the silence like chainsaws at a funeral. Those neighbors feel smart right now. They won't feel smart in 4 days when the gas runs out, and every desperate person within a quarter mile knows exactly which houses had power. A running generator in a blackout is a neon sign that says, "Come take my stuff." I made this video so you never have to plug one in. Today, we're building the complete silent power system, from first dollar to last watt, that keeps your lights on, your phone charged, and your medical devices running without making a sound. Before you buy a single panel or battery, you need to answer one question. How much power do you actually need? Not how much you use, how much you need. The average American household pulls about 30 kilowatt hours a day. That's running the dishwasher, the big screen, the gaming console, the air fryer, and 14 other things you will not have in a grid-down scenario. Your actual survival number is closer to 1 to 2 kilowatt hours. That's a 95% reduction, and it's not suffering, it's just math. Here's what actually matters. A CPAP machine draws 30 to 60 watts. A phone charger draws 10 watts. An LED bulb draws 5 watts. A small chest-style fridge draws about 100 watts and only runs half the time because the compressor cycles. Add those up. That's your real number. Write it on a piece of paper. Not on your phone, because your phone might be dead when you need this information. Everything we build from here serves that number and nothing else. The first rule of silent power is reduce before you produce. Every watt you don't use is a watt you don't have to generate. That's not philosophy. That's engineering. LED bulbs use 1/6 the power of incandescent. A laptop uses 30 to 50 watts. A desktop uses 150 to 300. Same emails. 1/5 the electricity. Unplug everything you're not actively using. That little standby light on your television is drinking from your battery all night like a slow leak in a tire. Use power strips you can switch off completely. Time your heaviest loads for peak generation, meaning midday if you're on solar. Go to sleep when it gets dark. Wake up when it's light. Your grandfather did this. He wasn't primitive. He was efficient, and he didn't need an app to tell him what time the sun set. Now we build. The core of your system is the battery bank. Not panels, not turbines. Batteries. Everything else is just a way to fill them. Think of it as a water tank. Solar, wind, pedaling, they're all just different hoses. The tank is what keeps you alive between fills. Deep cycle batteries are what you want, not car batteries. Car batteries are designed to dump a lot of power quickly to start an engine. Deep cycle batteries deliver steady power over hours and tolerate being drained and refilled hundreds of times. You have 3 main options. Flooded lead acid, the cheapest. Marine batteries, golf cart batteries. Heavy, need occasional water top-offs, and contain acid that can spill. But they work, and they're everywhere. AGM sealed lead acid. No maintenance, no spills, safe indoors. Cost more, worth it if you're in an apartment. Lithium iron phosphate. Lighter, lasts longer, tolerates deeper discharge. Costs 2 to 3 times more up front, but outlasts the others by a decade. A pair of 100 amp-hour 12-volt deep cycle batteries wired in parallel gives you 2,400 watt-hours total. With a 50% discharge limit on lead acid, that's 1,200 usable watt-hours. Enough to run your critical loads for a full day. The batteries sit in a closet. They don't hum. They don't burn fuel. They don't announce themselves to anyone. That's your foundation. Solar is your primary charging source. A panel converts sunlight to electricity with no moving parts, no combustion, and absolutely no sound. Physics doing the work for free. Your panel sizing depends on what you calculated earlier. If you need 1,200 watt-hours daily and you get 4 to 5 good sun hours, you need 240 to 300 watts of panels just to break even. Double it for cloudy days and system losses. 5 to 600 watts of panels makes a reliable small system. Portable panels are better than rooftop panels for one critical reason. You can hide them. You set them in your yard during the day, angled south at roughly your latitude, and you bring them inside at night. Nobody sees them from the street. Nobody knows you have power. A rooftop array is visible to every neighbor, every passerby, and every person scouting houses that obviously have resources. Concealment is not paranoia. It is operational common sense. You need a charge controller between your panels and your batteries. An MPPT controller squeezes up to 30% more power from your panels than a cheaper PWM unit. $12 more at the hardware store. The sun goes down, your panels stop producing. That's fine. Your batteries carry you through the night. The sun comes up. The cycle starts again. No fuel truck needed. No trip to a gas station that isn't open. Just light becoming electricity. Day after day. For 25 years. Your body is the backup that never runs out of parts. A bicycle connected to a small DC motor or car alternator produces 50 to 100 watts while you pedal. 1 hour of riding charges your phone for a week and meaningfully tops off your battery bank. A fit person sustains about 75 watts. That's humbling. It means 8 hours of pedaling to fully charge one battery from half. You won't do that. But 30 minutes a day as a supplement to solar makes a real difference, especially during a cloudy stretch. And here's the bonus nobody talks about. In a scenario where you're stuck indoors for days, you need to move. Your joints stiffen. Your mood drops. Your cardiovascular system doesn't care that civilization collapsed. It still needs exercise. Pedaling is therapy that happens to produce electricity. The bike is nearly silent. A soft whir of chain and wheel. You can build one for $50 to $200 from an old bicycle and a scavenged motor. Your neighbor's generator costs $800, burns a gallon an hour, and tells the whole block he's home. Your bicycle costs nothing to run and tells nobody anything. Thermoelectric generators fill a gap nobody thinks about. A tag is a small module that produces electricity from temperature difference. One side hot, one side cold. Electrons flow. No moving parts, no noise. Just physics exploiting something called the Seebeck effect. If you're heating your home with a wood stove or cooking on any open flame, you can strap a tag module to the hot surface with a heat sink on top and pull 2 to 5 watts out of heat you were already producing. That's not a lot. But it charges a phone while you make dinner. At night, when your solar panels are useless, your tag is working if you have a fire going. They cost $15 to $30 each. Stack a few for more output. You're extracting bonus electricity from activity you were going to do anyway. Fire crackles, but tags don't. Nobody hears you generating power because you aren't generating power. You're cooking soup. Wind is the 24-hour option for the right location. Small turbines rated for 1 to 400 watts spin whenever the air moves. Day, night, cloudy, clear, doesn't matter. The catch is noise. A wind turbine is not silent, it whooshes. But that whoosh sounds like weather, not like a combustion engine. Nobody hears a turbine spinning and thinks that house has electricity. They think it's windy. The bigger catch is placement. You need height. You need clear exposure. Trees and buildings create turbulence that kills output. A turbine at 30 feet outperforms the same turbine at 10 by a wide margin. If your location supports it, wind and solar together are powerful because they complement each other perfectly. Calm, sunny days favor solar. Dark, windy nights favor the turbine. Between the two, your batteries rarely sit empty. If your location doesn't support it, skip it. Don't force a bad setup. Solar and pedaling alone will keep you alive. Now the part most people skip. Keeping your power invisible. If your house glows while the neighborhood is black, you're advertising blackout curtains, interior rooms only, red spectrum lighting that doesn't bleed through windows, no visible equipment from the street. If someone asks how you're charging your phone, you stockpiled some disposable battery packs before everything went sideways. That's your story, and you're sticking to it. You're rationing carefully, just like everyone else. Except, you're not. Mistakes almost everyone makes. Mistake 1. They buy the generator first. It's the obvious choice. It's also a loud, fuel-dependent machine with a 2-week expiration date that tells every hungry person on your street exactly where to go. Mistake 2. They skip the math. They buy 600 watts of solar without knowing they only need 200, or they buy 100 watts and wonder why they can't run a space heater. 10 minutes with a calculator saves hundreds of dollars and all of the frustration. Mistake 3. They drain lead-acid batteries below 50%. Every deep discharge shortens the battery's life. Treat 50% as empty, or buy lithium and stop worrying. Mistake 4. They put solar panels on the roof where every neighbor can see them. Ground-mounted behind a fence. Portable panels you bring inside at night. Concealment is not optional. Mistake 5. They light up their house like a beacon. One visible light in a blacked-out neighborhood draws attention faster than a generator. Stay dark. Stay quiet. Stay alive. Mistake 6. They build the whole system at once and go broke. Start with $300. A portable panel, a charge controller, one battery. Expand from there. Functional at every stage. What to do right now. Today. After this video. Calculate your critical power needs in watts. Write them down on paper. Buy one portable solar panel, 100 to 200 watts, and one deep cycle battery. Get a charge controller rated for your panel size. Practice setting it up in your living room this weekend. Put blackout curtains on every window that faces a street. Tell one trusted person your plan so someone knows what you're doing. This isn't about the end of the world. Power goes out for a week every year somewhere in this country. Ice storms, hurricanes, heat waves, an overloaded grid that just gives up because we're running the whole country on infrastructure built when your parents were young. Having quiet, reliable backup power isn't survivalist fantasy. It's what a responsible adult does when they look at the math and take it seriously. Your neighbor will fire up his generator and feel like a genius for 3 days. On day 4, he's sitting in the dark with an empty fuel tank and a very expensive paperweight. You'll still have power, and nobody will know. What's the first piece of gear you're buying this week? Tell me in the comments. See you in the next one. Stay ready.